Hi, Martin here. Today I'm going to install a new set of headlight assemblies I just got from the headlightsdepot.com. And this is going to be should be plug and play. The whole assembly comes with all the bulbs already put into them. So this should be a snap, and these is going to be an upgraded from the factory originals. We got a clear lens all the way across there, and the ones I do have in here right now, they are in good shape. They were replaced by the previous owner probably a couple years ago or so, but I want to start updating the Dodge truck here and making it your own. Now this is going to be a typical install for your second generation Dodge Dakotas and your first generation Dodge Durangos. Alright, well, let's get started, and I'll show you how it comes in the box, and then we'll get it all installed and test them out. Alright, you're going to get yourself a nice big box like this one here. You open it up, and they're marked right and left, so you get a box within boxes. I've had these out already once, but I'll tell you, they come very well packaged. Now there are a couple brackets we do have to bolt to the light, but I think it's going to be very simple. There, you pull it out, got a protective skin on it, nice piece of foam in here to protect the light during shipping, and like I was showing you, it comes complete with the light bulbs. You got your main light bulb here, your high and low beam, and then you got your marker and turn signal lights right here. There is one light that we will have to remove from our original and place it right here. That's that corner light right there. And then in one of the boxes you're going to get your instructions. And this is talking about these brackets that you're going to have, where and how to bolt those on. And that's going to be very simple. I'll show you here in a second. You got the two brackets and the 4 screws. Now these brackets cannot be installed wrong. You can't put it on this way because it will not fit. So it's with this ridge on the outside right there. And be careful not to over torque these. Now just repeat the same thing on the other headlight assembly. Alright, go ahead and raise the hood. First of all, we got to get to this Phillips screw right in here. Also, you need to detach this rubber piece right here from this lower part here. Now you can grasp a hold of this light, pull it out. There we go. Alright, now we got 3 10mm bolts to remove this headlight assembly right here. One right there. And then we got 2 more. One right there. And the other one right here. Alright, with the headlight here removed, we can go ahead and remove the bulb. I got an aftermarket bulb in here right now. Just turn that collar and then you'll be able to pull the bulb out just like that. Now we can just go ahead and leave these bulbs in if we want, because all we need is the connector part that's going to plug into the new headlight assembly. There's one of them. Oh, and there's this one here. This is the one that we're going to reuse. Just a quarter turn, pull that one out. This one already has an LED installed into it. Been upgraded once before, previous owner. And what I'm doing is just depressing the tab here on the side. I think part of my connector right there is broke, made it a lot harder to disconnect. And go ahead and remove this grommet, because you get a brand new one on the new headlight assembly. Alright, let's start with the turn signals and parking lights. Go ahead and plug those in, and if you look real carefully, there's an arrow on each one of these. Line those up. I may have to replace these connectors eventually. They're dried up and the locking tabs are broke, or I may have to put a zip tie through here to secure those on there. Alright, let's get that side marker light plugged in. Remove. About a quarter turn, or even an eighth of a turn, I think it is. Yeah, it isn't much. Now all I need to do is get the lamp plugged in, just like that. Alright, now we're ready to bolt it back into place. Shoving some of the wiring back there through the hole right behind the main headlight there. Okay, something I want to tell you about with aftermarket lights. For one, they're going to be harder to install because they all pretty much come as one piece. You don't have that separate piece down here, so you can get to these two bottom bolts, you know, real easy. It's going to turn out where you're going to have to get either in between the bumper and the light with an extension, and it has to be small diameter stuff, 1/4 inch, to get to the one bolt for sure, this one here. And this other one, you're going to have to go from underneath the vehicle, which I'll show you how to get that one. You could probably do both of them from underneath. The one's a lot easier to get to than the other. Another thing, I got the socket here, the ball and socket, which snaps into this location right here, which is like the factory. Now this particular one, you see how loose that is? Makes it really hard to get lined up and get it snapped in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out of here. Here is the piece right there that you're snapping it into. I pulled it out of the fender. And then this part here. And another thing I did is I applied some white lithium grease in that hole. Helped this slide in there a little easy. Yeah, it makes a big difference actually. And then I'm going to install this, put this part in there, and then with that sticking out like that, I'm hoping I can then snap the light fixture in there. And you gotta have this in there. A lot of these you're gonna find that might be broke or even missing. You're gonna want that, because that holds that whole light, this corner, up in there. Otherwise, if it's not there, the light's gonna want to fall. It's gonna sit there and flicker as you're going down the road, and that's very annoying. Okay, with this piece here, this is the hole it goes into. So like I say, if yours is missing, you're gonna have to find one of these. Probably, I'm not even sure you can find this part, but you can in a salvage yard. Alright, now we're gonna put that little ball and socket in there. There it goes. It does take some effort to get that snapped in there. So that's why I'm gonna do this in reverse. I think this will snap into the light fixture much easier than the other way around. Right here there's another hole. Well, there's an alignment pin right there that you got to align with that hole as well. Okay, I also put a little bit of white lithium grease in that hole right there where that socket, ball and socket go into, to help the, hopefully it snaps in a little bit easier. And then you're able to actually see it go in there. And then we've got to give it probably a little bit of a push to get it to snap into place. Man. There it goes. So it's going to take more than just a push. Give it a nice smack right there. Make sure your pin is lined up when you go for it, and it'll go in there. All right, now we can get the 3 bolts put back in there. Okay, we can get one of the bolts started right up here. I'm not going to tighten it up right now until after I get all 3 of them started. Now with the 1 bolt installed, we got to get the 2 bottom ones. Now, of course, with this assembly here, you can't remove the bottom piece like we could on the factory ones and easily get to those bolts. So what you got to do, you need some kind of long reach like this here with your 10mm socket on the end of it. And there is just enough room to slide that underneath the light. Underneath the bumper here, I'm going to show you where that bracket and bolt go. Right here is the bracket. And this is the back side of the bolt hole right there. Okay, from underneath the truck here, right there, you can see the bolt. I got it started. And you can get to that really easy with a 10mm ratchet. I'm going to use a gear wrench. I'll show you what I got set up. I got this long extension on my 1/4-inch drive, and right there you can see the socket, and I got the drill started. I got it started. I'm just going in there like that, and there we go. There's just enough room here. Now this all kind of depends on your vehicle too, how it's adjusted, because I don't think I could get that clearance over here. I don't think I could have got it. So I had to go from underneath like I've shown you. Alright, with that headlight assembly bolted into place, the last thing to do is hook up this grommet right here. Just pull those rubber tabs through there. There, perfect. Okay, with the 1 headlamp installed, now I want to show you how you could adjust this. Right through here, and by the way, you're going to need kind of a long reach screwdriver. Let me show you here on this lamp that is not installed. You would pass a screwdriver right through here to right there, and that is your adjustment screw right there for up and down. So that would pass through right here. You can probably see that coming through there, and right there you're able to get onto that screw and adjust it up and down. Alright, we got 1 headlight assembly installed. All we got to do is simply do the exact same thing on the other side, and you got the pair done. Now, one thing about it with the ambers on, I like that dark yellow right there. I'm not crazy about this right here. Now I'm assuming that's from the LED that's in there that was installed before. I'm going to try to get a regular amber one like this to put in here, or an amber LED, or maybe we'll upgrade all 3 of them at the same time. And by the way, I went ahead and, since I had those aftermarket LEDs, headlamps, I went ahead and changed that back out. I took the one that came with this assembly and put the LED back in here, because why not, right? Alright, out here testing these light bulbs, getting them aimed properly. And this is the one here on the left hand side that is the brand new one, and I still have the factory one here on the right hand side. Now I think I got them, like I say, adjusted properly. You can see it's got a nice cutoff line, and now I'm going to block the one over here on the right hand, and there you can see the difference. I may have it adjusted just a little bit high. Now block the other one, and if you notice, my factory one has more, it does have a cutoff line, but you got like a hot spot right there. This one here does more of a even distribution. And then I noticed when you're standing in front of these headlights and looking at the beams, that the ones from Headlights Depot, it doesn't seem as harsh. It's like you're not going to bother the oncoming traffic as much. Because what I think it's doing, it's dispersing the light more evenly across, a wider area. So I do like that. It gives the illusion that it isn't as bright as the old one, but I think it's doing a better job. Well, these lights turned out pretty nice. I'm really happy with them. The only thing I'd say is they are somewhat difficult to install. And you're going to have that problem with any aftermarket light that is a one-piece construction like these are. Because it is blocking those two bottom bolts. So it makes it more difficult to get it in there. Other than that, once you get them in there, you know, the installation's done. But I'm pretty happy with the way they perform, and I love the way they look. And I hope you guys like it as well. And if you did, I sure appreciate the thumbs up. And if you never subscribed to me before, please hit that subscribe button right down there and the little bell symbol right next to it. And that way you get notified next time I upload a video. And then for the next 30 days, there'll also be a coupon code in the description where you can get a percentage off your purchases at the headlightsdepot.com. So check that out as well. And tell them Martin sent you. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, informative. And also, check out the links in the description as well to some tools or products that we used in the video where you can do all your Amazon shopping, and that way the channel also earns a small commission. I appreciate that. Alright, we will see you on the next one.